Okay.
All right. It's 6
You know they like
o'clock
this.
and we'll call the meeting to order, starting with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. District mission statement, actually don't have it on the. Thanks. That's not on here either. All right. Hmm? Thank you. Off to a great start. The mission of the Exeter West Greenwich Regional School District is to empower students to dream, reach, and succeed. Next, we have open forum. Comments must be made to the chairperson of the school committee, who may limit or terminate discussion. No comment should address personnel, litigation, or negotiation as restricted by open meeting regulations. The school committee cannot take action or vote on topics introduced that are not reflected on the agenda. Do you have anyone online or?
But nobody with comments, right?
All right, no comments. We'll next move to welcoming new school committee members. We have 3, Kevin McGovern, Madeline Josephson, and Lee Kissinger. If you'd like to take a minute and introduce yourselves, please.
My name is Madeline Josephson. I'm new to school committee.
My name's Lee Kissinger. I'm sort of new to the school committee, but I've been here for a long time.
I'm Kevin McGovern. I'm new to the school committee. I was formerly on the Exeter Town Council, took some time off, and now back in politics.
Thank you all. All right, so the first order of business this evening is to elect a new school committee chairperson, vice chairperson, clerk, and RIAS delegate. So I will open the floor now for nominations.
I'll nominate Lee Kissinger, the chairperson. I'll second that. Go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
go ahead.
I seconded that.
Any discussion? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Next, vice chair.
You wish to put it to motion? Vice chair? Sure.
And I'd like to make a motion that Donna Gamache Griffith be vice chair.
Oh, I got a second that before he makes his first motion. So I'm gonna
Okay, that's fine.
I'm gonna second the motion to put Mr. McGovern in as vice chair. And now he also put it, so,
Donna.
oh, you put it. I'll second Donna's motion.
So
We vote on the first motion for Kevin. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
I
Aye. Okay. Second motion. This is weird for me as vice chair. All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstention.
Abstain? And nays? What was the vote again? So ayes.
guys got it.
So 5 ayes,
Abstention.
1 abstention.
Right, next for clerk.
I'd like to make a motion that Maddie Josephson be the clerk.
I'll second Matt's nomination for clerk. Discussion?
If someone else wants it, I'm happy to let them have it.
Would you like to be the? clerk?
Sure, if you don't want it, I'll take it.
That's
I'll second Mr. McGovern's motion. That's all right.
All those in favor of Kevin as the clerk?
Aye.
Abstention or nays? None. All right, and Rias delegate. Jim, could you remind us what that is, please?
So typically that is held by the chair, and it's the liaison with the Rhode Island Association of School Committees.
I'll move to make the Kissinger the last delegate.
I second that motion.
You're gonna send me up there. Okay. I'll take care of it.
All those in favor?
Uh,
Do we move on to the assignments or do we do that later?
Well, they can be done.
All right, so we have school committee member assignments. Members can indicate if they are interested on serving on a particular standing committee. So the first one is the Exeter Town Council Liaison.
I'd like to do that.
There's no vote
No.
on that. You just name, you just state that you are interested in doing so.
So I'll do the liaison for Exeter Town Council. Thank you.
Thank you. West Greenwich Town Council Liaison,
I'll continue doing that.
Food Service Liaison,
Food service liaison. That's liaison, check the food.
we can skip and return to them at a later time. Policy Subcommittee,
Okay.
Kevin will do Policy Subcommittee. Health and Wellness, School Wellness Committee. Is this the one?
Did you say you're gonna do policy too?
No,
No, I thought they were usually policy candidates, one from each town. Am I mistaken in that, or is it just one from the council?
There haven't been in the past, but it's been one at times, it's been two at times.
Right, because I got it. All right, so right now it's just one.
I'll be also on the policy.
Health and Wellness, School Wellness Committee. Is that the one I'm on?
Yes,
I'll stay on that one.
the current assignments are actually in the packet. Just as a reference, I have them open. That's helpful.
All right, Building Subcommittee or Building Committee, one from each town.
Yeah, I'll remain. You're relieved.
So Lee and Mike, excellent. District Emergency Response Planning Team.
I'll take that one.
And lastly, Local Advisory Committee.
So that's the committee that is for the students with disabilities. It's a parent group, students with disabilities.
How often do we meet?
Monthly. But the school committee person has not generally gone to every monthly meeting. But periodically, it's nice to have that connection.
Does anyone want to serve on that one? The Local Advisory Committee.
I'm going to abstain until I'm more familiar with the different roles in the committee.
I'll get back to that.
Well,
I'll be able to do that.
It's,
I mean, which one would you say is someone more the food service or the local advisory?
local advisory. You'll do it. Okay. Good.
Correct. I don't think there's any more.
The person was Diane.
I mean, what's, what's the level of commitment there? Because for that, I mean, it's as needed, isn't it? And it's usually when you start to figure out what the imbalance is.
Mhm.
Okay,
And we're in a healthy spot right now.
all right. Well, if you need me, give me a call. I'll sign up for now.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, everyone. All right, next is the affirmation, reaffirmation of the Code of Basic Management Principles and Ethical School Standards 16-2-9.1. Do you typically read this or? It's pretty long.
No, this is just the acceptance of the Code of Basic Principles, which is copied in the packet for you, and then the policy is the statement reading.
So,
It's
yeah.
actually-
Lee,
Yes.
you can sit here.
You want me to come sit?
You're in charge now.
I'm in
You
charge
are
now.
now the chair.
All right. I will move.
Very smooth on your watch, I have to say.
Actually, you can stay right there because there's a chair there.
Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna move
I'm starting to separate all my stuff. So I don't have to- all my stuff.
No.
Organized, So the affirmation, reaffirmation of the Code of Basic Management Principles and Ethical School Standards, which what's in here? So do we need me to read these or just the title and we affirm that?
Just affirm.
Okay. So we're talking about Title 16, Chapter 16-2, school committees and superintendents. It's basically the roles and the responsibilities. And we need to have a motion to affirm the acceptance of the Code of Basic Management Principles and Ethical School Standards.
So moved.
Second,
Okay, any discussion? All right, so we'll go for a roll call vote here on this one. And I apologize, I'm looking at glasses in the car, I have to remember that next time. Member Donna Demarche Griffiths,
Aye.
member McFadden,
abstention.
member Pasillo,
Abstention.
okay, member Lake.
Aye.
Member McGovern,
Aye.
member Matty Josephson, I'm sorry, I know you as Matt.
Aye.
And I am an aye also. Thank you. Of course. Okay. Yeah. So the next one is policy 1401. And that is the understanding of and commitment to proper decorum as written in section 4. And again, adoption by roll call. And each member will state individually that I understand and commit to proper decorum for policy 1401. So again, roll call vote. Donna Gamache Griffiths,
I understand and commit to proper decorum as per policy 1401.
Paul McFadden,
Abstention.
Mike Pasillo, Justin Lake,
I understand and commit to the proper decorum as per policy 14.
Kevin McGovern,
I understand and commit to proper decorum as per policy 1401.
Madeline Josephson,
I understand and commit to proper decorum as per policy 1401.
and Lee Kissinger. I understand and commit to proper decorum as per policy 1401. Okay, we're up to the routine consent agenda. Jim.
Under consent, we have the approval of regular meeting minutes from November 22nd. We also have one personnel item. This is a retirement effective retroactively to the end of last year. Our monthly bills and some new and returning families for approved homeschool requests.
Okay.
We should also have the executive
Yes,
minutes from November 22nd on here as
I was
well.
looking for those, I saw them in the packet, so, yeah. So we'll have to add those to be approved, or we can hold them until the next meeting.
I'd suggest you hold them so that it's advertised that those minutes are up for a vote. That would be more prudent than adding them last minute.
Okay, we're gonna have to pull the meeting minutes of November 22, 2022, because 3 of us can't vote on those because we weren't part of the committee, so. So do I have a motion to approve the routine consent agenda items less the meeting minutes of November 22nd? Second?
I'll make the motion.
Okay. So Justin made the motion and Mike seconded? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
I also. Okay, and now I need a vote for the approval of the regular meeting minutes of November 22nd.
I'll make the motion.
Second,
The 3 of us, we can't vote on this. So. All those in favor?
Aye.
And the 3 of us.
Abstention.
Yeah, we abstain. Correct. All right. Correspondence. Is there any question concerning the correspondence? Okay. All right, hearing nothing, we'll move on to the monthly status reports. Are there any questions concerning the monthly status reports?
I have a question. So the junior high gymnasium floor is being pulled up in summertime. Is it currently being used?
Mhm.
So someone asked me to ask if it's to be pulled up because we have concerns about it, why are we using it? You know what it is. I mean, most of us know there's some kind of mercury vapor thing going on.
So that's been, as we reported last year, that's been evaluated that it is not a health and safety concern, but the floor still needs to be replaced
Sure.
anyway. I mean, there is mercury in it, but it is not escaping, and the floor is the
Okay.
original
So
floor.
essentially, there's mercury, it's static in the surface itself.
Correct.
It's not going into the atmosphere, it's safe. to
Correct.
use, But we're still.
Correct.
Do we know what we're replacing it with?
Another floor just like it, I believe,
Less than mercury,
less than mercury.
yes.
So, something similar material.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it.
Okay, any other questions or concerns in the staff reports? I do want to address. Jim, can you offer some insight as to the secretary's roles and the concern surrounding the HR?
Sure. So we actually have, and this was expected, we have 3 Council 94 members, secretaries, clerks, retiring at the end of this month from central office. It's the HR secretary, the secretary for special education, and then one of the individuals that works half in the finance office and half in special education. So again, we knew that this was coming last year. We've gone through the process of posting for internal movement, and that's already been underway. The issue, the concern that we have with HR is that we are the only district left in the state that does not have someone outside of the bargaining unit or outside of a bargaining unit in HR. We don't have an administrator, we don't have an administrative assistant that's outside of the bargaining unit. And that position has become increasingly more complex with Title IX and with all of the requirements around retirement and so forth. So we have posted for the position, and we posted it vaguely and indicated that we would look at the person's background before we determined what a title could be and what a salary could be, just so that we could see what we get for applications. That's very recently been posted, so there's not many for us to look at this point. But that's the position that we're most concerned about filling.
Okay, just a question. Who do we use for the payroll?
It's internal.
Oh, you do it internally?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so you don't, it's not hired outside?
No, we have a payroll person who does a great job.
Okay, no, that's fine, I was curious. So we don't have a service, an outside service? for that.
Everything's
Just
been
answer.
moved internal.
Okay. All right. Okay, thank you. So I guess we move to the, at this point, we'll move to the monthly subcommittee reports, if there are any. Nothing. I know we're working toward a building committee meeting for next Thursday night. But I'm not sure at this point we're gonna have a quorum. I've been watching the responses, and to my knowledge, it's only been 3, so.
I mean, we have capital under unfinished, but I can give a brief summary under this as well. Doesn't make a difference where I do it.
Yeah, that's fine.
So again, the meeting right now is tentatively scheduled for next Thursday. We're waiting to see if we have a quorum. But in the meantime, the Wowlum roof is in its final stages. It is almost complete. There's a couple of small things that they're working on at this point. And then if you've been around the campus of this building, they laid all of the sidewalks to the new parking areas already. And this week, we are anticipating that the pavement will be put down and the parking areas will be reopened next week. So it's pretty good progress since our last meeting.
Okay. All right. New business. We have the approval of new high school course offerings, and it's for ceramics in the fine arts department.
Yes, I can speak to that. So as you said, the Visual Fine Arts Department would like to propose an offering of a ceramics course. They have the very nice kiln up there they would like to put to use. What is terrific, I always highlight this when a new course is proposed, that there are no prerequisites, so all students are invited to participate. The maximum number is about 20, and the financial implications are nominal, about $1,000 to just purchase materials that would be needed to run the course. The teacher who made the proposal, who is Kristen Berlier, she has been teaching ceramics. She's had her own ceramic studios for 10 years, and she has taught, as she indicated here, ceramics pre-K to adult, and she has taught ceramics also pre-K to adult with people who have autism. So she is very well qualified to teach this course, and I am excited to bring it forth to you this evening for your consideration.
And as with any of the courses that we offer, once we go through the process of kids selecting, we will run the classes based on student enrollment. So every year there are classes that don't run, there are other classes that run. It's nice for the kids to have options, and we'll just run the classes based on their interest.
So do we have a motion to approve the new high school fine arts department course offering ceramics? Any other discussion concerning this?
Kiln, did you say it was new or up there?
No, it's a perfectly well-functioning kiln, and so it's by offering ceramics, we'd be putting the kiln to use.
Sure.
Already in place.
Yeah, it's already.
Right, and it was idle for a period of time before we started using it again.
No, they've used it sporadically in some of the general art classes.
Okay.
As you know, one project that the kids might work on, but this is a dedicated class for
This
ceramics.
kiln is safe,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
it's not gonna do anything bad.
No.
We can expect.
Yes.
All right, so this thing's safe,
Safe.
you know about it,
Mhm.
not gonna hurt anybody.
No.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
I also.
Thank you.
Okay. We already talked about capital project updates, so under unfinished business, the October 1 enrollment.
So the enclosure is something that is new. The second page of the enclosure is the October 1st count that was finalized and presented to the school committee at the last meeting. But that initial page is the first pass at the calculation based on the 5-year rolling average that was passed through the charter amendment process. And so what I am able to produce at this point, if you look at the very top, this is the actual count per year. So in 22-23, which was the first year, we consider that to be year 1 of our 5-year rolling average process. The Exeter percent was at 48.63, and the West Greenwich percent was at 51.37. What I pulled from the budget that was passed for the 22-23 school year is the total operating budget, the debt service, what the contribution was locally total, and how it was distributed between the two towns based on the apportionment. Then in the second column for 23-24, because we don't have an operating budget approved yet, I haven't been able to fill all of those numbers in. However, the counts for the two towns are listed, and that is consistent with the October 1 report that's attached that was approved prior to the last meeting. If we just were doing a single year enrollment count, Exeter would have gone from 48.63% to 48.99%, a very slight change. And West Greenwich from 51.37 down to 51.01. Again, very small changes. However, because we now are using the 5-year rolling average at the bottom half of the spreadsheet, you can see that I have done the calculation under 23-24 of adding the population from 22-23 and 23-24 together, and then doing the total Exeter population and the total West Greenwich population, so you could get that rolling average of the 2 years. And we will continue to add another year until we get to 5 before we start dropping one out. The result is that Exeter percentage will be at 48.81, which is a slight change lower than what it would be if we just used the normal October 1 count. It would have been at 48.99, but because we're using the rolling average, it's at 48.81. And West Greenwich is at 51.19. It would have been at 51.37. So you can see that by averaging the 2 years together, it is achieving, based on what our initial discussions were, it's shrinking that spike. And of course, the spike this year would have been small anyway, but it still shrinks it even more to make a less of an impact. And so I will, you can see in the bold boxes that we're going to compare what the total expense for each town would have been if we weren't using the rolling average, compared to what the total expenses over time will be as we use the rolling average. Right now, they say the same thing because I haven't been able to put in the 23-24 budget numbers yet. We haven't even gotten a draft completed for the school committee to look at. But I was able to put this together, so I wanted to include it for you to look at to see how the rolling average decision will impact the percentages for each of the 2 towns.
And just a little background, Paul and I know this, we served on a committee together, but the purpose of doing this was to minimize the spikes when there's a large swing in the population. By using a 5-year rolling average, it takes the peaks and the valleys and kind of smooths them out a little bit. So it's not as financially detrimental to either.
I think it's a good idea.
I agree.
Okay, so moving on. Important dates and meetings. We get some time off. We don't meet again until Friday. Oh, no, wait a minute. Friday. January 6th is the 2023 draft of the superintendent's budget will be available for the school committee. Tuesday, January 10th is the next regular school committee meeting. Tuesday, January 24th is the following school committee meeting. Wednesday, February 1st is the start of the budget workshops. Tuesday, February 14th is the school committee meeting. Thursday, February 16th is the school committee and town council joint meeting. And February 29th, Tuesday, 28th, sorry. Told you my glasses. Is the school committee meeting where we'll do the budget adoption. I take it there's no need for executive session this evening, so I'm interested in the motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.